Oh. Ha. Ah. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Ah. Ah. Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention. The show that irons the genes of genius and keeps you connected with kinetics. Someone once said, necessity is the mother of invention. Well, not necessarily. Today, we're looking at inventions with another mother altogether, Mother Nature. But first, some... Shh, quiet, Kevin. Some machines you might think rather fishy. Over to you, Ashley, my dear. Ah, that all went swimmingly. Anyway, here's a young lad who brings a new meaning to the old saying, time flies. Oh, yes. You know, we've been thinking a lot about green energy, haven't we, lad? Or should I say, Green's energy. May I proudly present my jumbo generator. Kevin here takes the sprouts in one end, and after a few moments... Thank you, Kevin. He can produce enough gas to run the entire studio. That's wind power for you. Speaking of which, let's meet a man who uses wind in an unusual but rather more tasteful way. He's this week's Inventor of the Week. Curiosity Corner. Oh, welcome to Curiosity Corner. Oh dear, looks like a power outage. Not to worry, this calls for power sproutage. Load her up, lad. Ah, there, that's better. So now, let's shine the spotlight on the humble termite and some rather clever creature construction. Yeah, clever little critters, aren't they? You know, people often ask me, what are your top... Hey, what's going on? Kevin, keep your nose out of my particulars. Anyway, my top 5 animal-inspired contraptions. Let's see what my archive librarian Gironwy has got for us.
Right-o, Mr. Wallace. Yes, for this week's contraption countdown, I've got 5 inventions inspired by the animal kingdom.
Well, here's another item, inspired by our fishy friends. Artificial gills. But don't hold your breath. They never got off the drawing board. Well, thanks, lad. Over to you, Mr. Jem.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
All that floundering around. Still, I won't carp on. Oh, hold him steady, lad. Finally... Oh, no! He's after me buns! Kevin! Bad boy! Sit! Stay! Oh, Kevin, that's blown it. Yes, well, that's it for this time. Next week will be... Oh, Gromit! Gromit, have you got 50p for the meter? Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention, the show that puts the merriment in experiment and gives science a good kick up the astrophysics. Ho-ho! Had you there? Thanks, lad. Me biggest fan. Today, we'll be proving that when it comes to inventing, the sky's the limit. Yes, today's show is all about flight. But let's get things off to a flying start with a visit to the home of the homemade rocket. A chap can get so attached to his rocket. That's why I keep mine spaceship shape and Bristol fashion. But what good is a fabulous spaceship without a rather fetching space suit to go with it? Did you see that, Gromit? They were plucky little pooches, those space dogs. The sad thing is, most of them never made it back. But on a lighter note, Mr. Jem is going to show us another way of getting airborne that never got off the drawing board. Hey, look, lad, have you burnt the tea cakes? Quite revolutionary, really. You know, people often ask me... sorry, I can't talk now. I'm alive on the air. Yes, people often ask me, what are my top 6 planes that couldn't fly? Well, let's join Geronwi, our archive librarian, for this week's contraption countdown.
Thanks, Mr. Wallace. And in this week's countdown, we've got 6 flying machines that failed to take off.
Curiosity Corner. Oh, welcome to Curiosity Corner, viewers. And they don't come much curiouser than the man we're going to meet today. The utterly amazing Gustav Mesmer. Mesmerizing. And finally, here's an invention guaranteed to get you out of sticky situations. I thought I told you. Oh, a bit uncalled for. Moving swiftly on, it's the trusty jetpack. Come and look at this, lad. It'll blow you away. Just the thing when you need to make a hasty exit. I think you'll agree we've seen some truly uplifting inventions today. Mind you, all these newfangled flying doodahs and supersonic thingamajigs are all very well, but sometimes you're better off with both feet firmly on the ground. Don't you agree, lad? Hey! What have you done with me rocket? Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention. The show that takes the sigh out of science and puts the sheen on machines. Household chores never end, do they, Gromit? That's something that's taxed the brain of many an inventor. So today, we'll be looking at some cunning contraptions which give a helping hand around the home. But first, let's meet some mechanical marvels that take the hassle out of housework. And we're talking about domestic robots. Over to you, Ashley, my dear. Housekeeping robots, just imagine. Meanwhile, put the kettle on, eh, lad? Now, where are we? Oh, yes, Milawi. We're going to the village of Wimbay to meet a bright young spark who's found a revolutionary way to light up his community. Just goes to show how one bright idea can make a real difference. How's that tea coming on, eh, lad? Aha! Not quite quick enough there, Gromit. Let me introduce the LAD, my labour assisting device. A kind of automated dog's body, really. Just the ticket, lad. Oh, yes, I'll drink to that. Oh, look at this, Gromit. Now that's what I call multitasking. Oh, thanks, lad. Next up, here's Mr. Jem with a rather cool invention which never got off the drawing board.
The fridge.
Fancy that. An invention by Mr. Einstein getting a cold reception. Not like my LAD, of course. There's nothing he can't turn his hand to. Cleaning, dusting, ironing me smalls. How did we ever get by without him, eh, Gromit? Yes, well, next stop, Eel Pie Island. You know, people often ask me, what are your top 5 most useful household gadgets? Well, why don't we take a look? Down a bit, lad. Ow! Let's join my archive librarian, Gironwy.
Thanks, Mr. Wallace.
A beer-launching fridge? Well, I never. Here. Maybe I can reprogram my lad. Saucer. Cup. Some freshly brewed tea. Brilliant. My afternoon tea-throwing robot. Buttermilk, please, lad. Oh, and 2 sugars. Oh dear, no, get in. Oh, ow, Gromit, do something. Ow, me dog's body's gone due-wally. Oh, hey, ow, duck and cover, flying saucers. Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention. The show that takes the mystery out of chemistry and puts the fizz back into physics. My old gran used to say, Wallace, you've got no sense, you daft haypuff. Well, I don't know what she was on about, bless her, because I have. 5, to be precise. So today's program is all about some extraordinary inventions to do with the senses. But first, why don't we take a look at an amazing invisibility cloak? Why don't we? Because it's invisible, of course. Over to you, Ashley, my dear. Well, I don't see those catching on. Anyway, say I want a word with Gromit over there. But he's got his headphones on. He can't hear me. I simply spell out, cup of tea, lad. Oh dear. Gromit, me flannellette's on fire. You better roll me contraption countdown, lad. And dial 999 while you're at it. Let's join my archive librarian, Gironwy.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. And in this week's countdown, we've got 5 amazing gadgets to do with the senses.
Maybe I should stick to more traditional communications. Like the early submariners. Gromit? Gromit? Cup of tea, please, lad. And while I wait, here's some other ways to make yourself heard, which never got off the drawing board. Over to my science correspondent, who's tracing a call from 100 years ago. Quite a groundbreaking idea, I suppose. Oh, tea cakes, lad. I'm touched. Speaking of touch, let's give a warm hand to this week's inventor of the week. Ouch! Curiosity Corner. Oh, welcome to Curiosity Corner. You've heard of spelling bees? Well, these curious creatures are smelling bees.
Ah, yes, very good, Wallace.
No wonder they've been causing a bit of a buzz, those bumblebees. And so we come to the last of our senses, taste. And how better to demonstrate this than with a slice of my favourite cheese? If you could do the honours, lad. I'm in for a real treat. Just as soon as we've sampled these rather tasteful glasses. Now, that's what I call dogged devotion. Anyway, where would we be without our senses? Unable to appreciate the true wonder of cheese, that's where. You've heard of stinking bishop? Well, feast your senses on stinking archbishop. Ooh. Care for a slice, Gromit? Oh, well, no accounting for taste. Well, viewers, from me, from Gromit, from Arj. Au revoir, Chucks. Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention. The show that puts the knowledge in technology and tickles the parts of particle physics. Did you know 70% of accidents happen in the home? So just imagine how dangerous a TV studio could be. Oh, see what I mean? And that's why our topic today is better safe than sorry. Today, our inventions are all designed to keep us safe wherever we are. We'll be looking at spacesuits to see how they keep astronauts all safe and cozy. But let's jump straight in with a look at the history of ejector seats. Take it away, Ashley. Yes, accidents can happen anywhere. To illustrate... Ha! Well spotted, lad. Oh dear. Gromit was so busy with that banana skin, he didn't notice I'd coated the second step in chip fat. And now, let's have a look at some inventions that are strictly for the birds. Oh, fancy that. Safety in the workplace is paramount. For example, one nut, one sledgehammer. Hold us steady, lad. Now, viewers, what am I doing wrong? That's right, safety goggles. There we are. But first, here's Mr. Gem with this week's item that never got off the drawing board. Geronimo!
Not your most cracking idea, Wallace.
Curiosity Corner. Oh, welcome to Curiosity Corner, viewers. And today's subject is very curious indeed. Let's meet the highly prolific and rather eccentric Arthur Pendrick.
Offbeat Pedrick idea to me. What do you think, Wallace?
Mad as a bag of cats, eh, Gromit? Yes, everywhere you look, there are accidents waiting to happen. Ooh, watch out, Gromit! Sorry, Chuck, I meant to tell you about that. You should pay attention to this, lad. It's all about the importance of suitable protection.
And protection doesn't get any more important than when you're here, Wallace.
Very impressive, but not a patch on my total protection hazard-free safety suit. It renders me instantly impervious to harm. Come on, Pooch, do your worst. See? Not a scratch. Now, finally, let's take a look at my top 6 health and safety nightmares. It's over to Geronwe, our archive librarian.
Right-ho, Mr. Wallace. Yes, in this week's countdown, we've got 6 inventions that are seriously bad for your health and safety.
Well, viewers, I hope that I've succeeded in driving home some very useful safety points. Oh, run the credits, lad. I'm feeling a bit deflated. Oh. Watch out! Hello, viewers, and welcome to my world of invention. The show that gives a spurt to expertise and puts intelligence on the telly. Today, we're looking at unusual forms of transport. But first, here's a vehicle that not only takes you from A to B, but takes you under the sea as well. Under the sea. Ha ha ha! See what I did there, Ashley?
Aha! Very good, Wallace.
Yes, there are so many ways to get from A to B. And with my new chair, it's a walk in the park. For example, if I need a leg up to reach the next item, the runabout steam chair will always rise to the occasion. Oh, there we are. Makes life much easier, eh, Gromit? But it's not steam power we're looking at next. It's all about electric motors. Oh, looks like he's got the electric motor down to a TT, eh, lad? You know, people often ask me, what are your top 6 most peculiar forms of transport? So, why don't we take a look with our archive librarian, my friend Gironwy.
Thanks, Mr. Wallace.
Curiosity Corner. Oh, welcome to Curiosity Corner, viewers. Hey, did you know that in a secret railway siding just outside Crewe, British Rail were once working on something very curious indeed? Why don't we take a look? When you're ready, lad. Oh, and I wonder how much a day return would be on that. Astronomical, I'll be bound. Wow. Oh dear, I'm buffeting, lad. I'd better check my blast pipe. Oh! Next up, we're going to give a high five to the man who brought us the C5. Thanks, Pooch. He's this week's Inventor of the Week, Mr. Sir Clive Sinclair. Oh, yes, electrifying stuff. Oh, you know, cutting-edge technology is not without its problems. But it's nothing to get steamed up about. Even the most famous inventors had ideas that never got off the drawing board, as Mr. Gem is going to show us. Oh dear. I think I've blown my gasket, Mr. Gem.
Don't worry, Wallace. You're not the only great inventor who's had problems with pressure.
You see, it can happen to the best of us. Still, even if steam power isn't the future, I'm not one to let a good invention go to waste. Stoke her up, lad. There's life in the old banger yet. I'll say one thing for it. It doesn't half make a lovely cuppa, eh, lad? Bottoms up, viewers. If you've enjoyed our show, grab your mouse and log on to our World of Invention website, bbc.co.uk/Wallace and Gromit. You'll find a fantastic competition, details of our roadshow, as well as lots of ways to get you inventing. Pull your finger out and get clicking.